Okay. I'm Dr. Greg Perry. I was the clinical neuropsychologist that had a chance to work with Zach Hornback after his traumatic brain injury. Started working with Zach when he came to the Fraser outpatient program, the neuro rehab program at Brownsboro Road. He was receiving, of course, PT, OT, and speech, and I was his psychologist during that time. Zach, as we know, has had an amazing recovery. It's one that was absolutely unpredictable, and it's hard to imagine where he's at now compared to the severity of the injury that he experienced. How did that happen? There are a lot of factors involved with it. Some I think we can explain, some we can't explain. What we do know is that Zach had absolutely incredible family support, and that his mom and his dad in particular each had very distinct roles, both of which were tremendously important. His mom, Eileen, was the one that never took no for an answer. There was no door that was in front of her that she wasn't going to bash through if she needed to get Zach the care and the treatment that he needed. His father, Scott, was the empathic connection with Zach as well as a role model for him. The two are very connected emotionally. Each of them have a very unique sense of humor and they can feed off of one another. So both mom and dad were playing extremely unique, extremely important roles for him. He had, in addition to that, a wonderful support system, both with his peer group as well as the individuals that he met at Fraser. And with Zach's personality, his outgoing, bubbly personality, he never met somebody that he didn't instantly befriend, and so he quickly gained support in the treatment program, not to mention his existing friends coming into the injury. Personality, I think, was also a key part of it. Zach was a teenager at the time of his injury, and yet he had a sense of resilience to him, that if you told him that he couldn't do something, he was going to be sure to prove you wrong and work all the harder to get the task accomplished. His sense of humor, he never allowed things, his deficits to stand in his way of progress. He was able to laugh off anything that happened, and again, just reassert himself to try even harder the next time. These are things that we know that contribute to the recovery of Zach. But I also know, as an individual that's worked around brain injury for years and years and years, is that there's a lot of unspoken variables that we can't quantify, we can't completely describe why they're important, but we know they're important. Zach is a spiritual person as well. He has a strong faith. He allowed that faith to buffer the positive aspects that I've already mentioned, and to get him through any difficult times that he had during his recovery. He knew that he was going to have a positive outcome. And as the saying goes, whether you tell yourself you can or you tell yourself you can't, you're right. He knew that he could do it, and so then he followed through and achieved the recovery. I'm honored to have worked with Zach, and to see him grow into the wonderful person that he's become after his injury.